My name is Sage Francis. Boing.
Hey, I'm not Sage. I'm Dibs.
I'm Dose.
Hey, I'm Slug.
I'm Buck.
And I'm Gel.
This is Prem Rock.
And this is Curly Castro.
This is Brother Ali, and you're watching DOD45.
45.
Keep it right here. There's a lot of things happening here that you're not going to get anywhere else.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? Stop what you're doing and listen.
DOD45.
This is the DOD45 Show, drawing over discussions 45 minutes with a special guest. Welcome. I'm your host and resident artist, Ty of Art by Ty, joined by my awesome co-host, Adrian Taiwali'i. In each of these DOD45 episodes, we sit down with a special guest, someone we admire and are inspired by, and we dive into meaningful discussions. But here's the twist. While we're chopping it up with our guest, I'll also be creating live artwork that unfolds in real time. I set a 45-minute timer, grab my pen, and create a one-of-a-kind piece of art for our guest while we chat. So stick around to experience the creative process in action, hear some great stories, and maybe even learn something new and unexpected about today's guest. Peace.
DOD45.
Hello, fellow humans.
People of Earth, how are you?
Oh, Quatans and Juan. Hello, Adrian.
Yo, Adrian, we did it.
If this episode goes off the rails, are you driving or am I?
I'm not.
You're not driving?
I just show up.
Welcome, everybody. If you're in the live chat right now, I say what's up to you. A little reminder, when you're done watching this episode, please take just a couple of seconds to leave a review and rate the episode on Spotify or Apple, and make sure that it's the right DOD45 Apple podcast account, because the old one that we that one doesn't have new episodes. That one's totally in limbo because of Spotify canceled all of the old account last December. So for exact links, go to the Instagram profile on DOD45W at Instagram, or just go to DOD45.com. There's all the exact links that you need. Our guests are Doseone and Steel-Tipped Dove.
To touch your truth without gloves, wing a viper, tooth a dove, what the concept of hell does to the sticks and stones of bones that still own blood. And the garden that tends, pretends to nourish so many men, wishing themselves born in a wolf's den, violent, childish, permanent kins, lost in the illusion of strength and again.
They recently dropped one of the most fascinating and most beautiful rap records that you're going to hear this year. So we're really looking forward to having a chat with them. Quick shout out to some of our affiliates, Jackson Young Gallery in Wicker Park, Chicago, Hob Sauce. But yeah, Hob Sauce has a label competition right now for the label that I did for one of their hot sauces. I don't know if that competition is over. Just go to Hob Sauce on Instagram and see if that's still going. All you got to do is like it. And let's try to get that label to win for them. It's a competition they do every year. Wyoming Out Loud, Handsmade Collective, Terror Tacos, Brickbox Brewery in Tucson, Arizona, Grow Haven, we haven't heard from them in a little bit, AWOL and Speakerface Store, Ian Russell Gallery in Prescott, Arizona. I just added them as an affiliate, but I'm going to start talking with them. They sell a lot of my artwork over there, so I just got another check from them. That's a really cool spot. If you go to Prescott, Arizona, hit up Ian Russell Gallery, let them know we sent you. And then Old Blue Gallery in Hannibal, Missouri, Underground Sound Magazine. Also, shout out to Mr. Dibs. And then, of course, Strange Famous and Sage Francis. Always a big shout out to them. Here are a few things I want to share at the top of the hour, because it includes updates about past guests, and I want to continue to support them, especially since they all showed up for us. And then I'm doing it at the top of this episode because people drop off after the interview. Don't do that, people, please. We have cool recommendations, and we still have a few things to talk about at the end of an episode. Plus, the episode's not over until you've heard Blacklick's last word, right?
Yeah.
Right. So here's a few things. Cast 1's Old Blue Live episode, that's out and online right now. Go check that out. That the last I checked, there were like 3,000 views, and those are satisfactory numbers in this day and age.
Yeah, it hasn't even been 7 days.
Today is 7 days since it's released, so let's get that number up to 10,000 and then keep it going. But it's a really cool, intimate show with Cast 1.
You did a great job.
Yeah, it's really cool. And it's, it's a quick little 30-minute watch. So go watch that. That's you can get that through our YouTube page.
Have you started uploading it for streaming?
Not yet. I gotta talk to Storm and them about what we got to do there. Did you know this, Adrian? Cass One was such a fan of our guest tonight, Doseone, that's why there's a 1 in his name.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's the reason he added Cass One, added the 1 to his name. And then also speaking of Cass, we will be having Figure on the show. If that's a verified situation. Figure has a new song out called Kingston to Amsterdam.
Kingston to Amsterdam!
That's classic Figure. The Grouch, he has a new album out. It's called The 50-Year-Old Rapper.
Oh, is he 50?
Yeah. He just turned 50 today, I think, or yesterday. Here's the thing about that album, though. It's only available through the Grouch app.
Oh.
Yeah.
He has an app?
Mm-hmm. I understand that route, but I don't know. I want to hear the album. I don't have the time to go through all these hoops to try to hear it.
Yeah, I have the least amount of apps I can have, the better right now.
Yeah.
I still haven't upgraded my phone. I'm still thinking about getting that Fairphone out of Europe, but I just don't know where all my photos and iStorage stuff goes. So
yeah,
still figuring that out. But yeah, no more apps for me.
I know. Well, and I get why trying to eliminate the streaming service,
Yes.
but it really makes it really hard for someone like myself. I don't have a whole lot of time. Anyway, he's got a new album.
Yeah, that's good. Good for him.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's a good album. If you go to his webpage, you can. It's ran through a thing called Beacons. I don't know what that is, but it's like exclusive stuff, exclusive music. But let me know what you think of the album if you're someone that has the time to do that. Also, Blueprint. He's got his new album Vessel. That's you can pre-order that right now. That's coming out July 29th, and I believe we're going to have him on the show soon to talk about the album. It might be either before or after the album comes out. I haven't talked to him for a couple of months, but that was the plan. And then from $3 Pistol, that's a label. I don't know a whole lot about them, but they're always putting out good music. They just put out this album, the Quietism album from I Alive, and that drops in July. That has a track called Vanishing Cream, and that's featuring Jesse the Tree.
Damn, I'm overthinking all kinds of shit. Shuffle my fingers through every pocket to find a pith. Like who designed the script? Too many dips and puzzle bits to sift through. Flow below igloo, Nike Tech windproof.
Via Sleeping Dogs, and I want to get Sleeping Dogs in here on an episode here pretty soon. And then AM Early Morning, he's on a track called Nocturnal Predators with Novator, produced by Johnny Slash.
Nocturnal only 100 night. Mass destruction, I push it through like a train wreck. Young, smooth, slick nigga like I ain't aged yet. Like a Mexican, every job I get it done. Fuck the wine in the
His style is so hard, it's like hardcore. What do they call it? Like core rap or
Just I don't know. I don't know the genres, but I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like
aggressive.
It gets you pumped up. And then Miles Bolin, he's on a track with Snailmate called Masking.
It's Masking.
The strong friend, always happy, optimistic, positive, and empathetic athlete. Surface level superhero, vigilante masking. Underneath the suit is something far less attractive.
And just wanted to send some love to Miles. He posted a video that he was in New York recently, and some young kid came up in his face and started calling him the F slur, and said a bunch of really gnarly shit to him. So that sucks. That happened to him. He posted about it on his Instagram. We don't like to follow around with all that negativity stuff, but just as Miles being a past guest, we just wanted to say we're sending good thoughts in your corner or something like that.
Yeah, something.
Def C's on a track called Emerge NC.
Shame in the daily toe done seeming without tact. Dual cannons on when we met. Soft launch, umbilical cord, no retwist. lived and born black.
With Shamar. That's a really cool track. And then finally, because I'm really into the album and there are kids, so that really helps, Slughead, the band Slughead, they have a new album out called Jimmy Cry.
Can I call you my sweet Sunday? You're so perfect, I'm the bee, you're the honey. Tonight's the night that I'll make you mine.
Yes, as in Jimmy Carr. Our daughter Nala, it is.
I think you just think that.
She laughs. Well, maybe not, but every time there's like footage of Jimmy crying, Nolly, our daughter, like just laughs and like says he's creepy as hell.
When does Jimmy Carr cry?
Oh, when he laughs so hard, he cries, and he looks like a weird. Well, not weird, you know. That's just what she says. Anyway, the album is called Jimmy Cry. It's like cowpunk vibes. Which it's like this, there's a lot of alt country tracks in the album. This is funny. Today I found this review on Apple Music of the album. It just came out.
Of the kids' album?
Yeah. Do you want to hear it?
I don't know.
Oh, no, it's really cool. Here it is. This record is a warped little journey. Feels like somebody duct taped glitch hop, sad poetry, and haunted toy box together, then left it out in the rain. It's weird in the best way, vulnerable, kind of hilarious at times, but it hits you in the chest if you let it. The production's lo-fi and busted up, but it all feels intentional. There's heart in the cracks. It's like if Serengeti Tobacco and an old Anacon record all got together and made something in a basement with no lights.
I was listening to Serengeti today.
You're not going to dance to it, but your brain might do a slow sway while your stomach thinks about its past mistakes. Anyway, give it a listen if you're into music that feels like a sad robot trying to process a breakup while also narrating a graphic novel in its head. Slughead's Jimmy Cry for brilliant-minded. Or for the brilliant-minded.
Wow. How did you get on Apple Music? How did you find that?
Well, because I was dealing with making a link for the DOD45 Apple where you go leave reviews for our show. And so I was in there and I was searching, because my old band Buckethead's on there. And
Bucket Tooth.
Oh, sorry, Bucket Tooth. Did I say Buckethead? Or, it doesn't matter. But anyway, so the kids' album, it's called Jimmy Cry. It's out. These are all the new music out from people that we know. I really love the old dusty alt country tracks on that album. There's one called Passing Pines.
How do you expect me to see you? A hitchhiker.
That feels really good. And then I really like the tracks Stormy Afternoon.
When time following breadcrumbs like a crow following lost kids to a witch that feeds on the naive. I perceive the evidence under the scope lost on most, and my hope is justice for those who know they are being.
That's a real fun one. And my daughter, she raps in that. And her rap style is similar to how my rap style used to be, I think. And she's heard, some of her friends even told her so. And they know my rap style because I was lucky enough to be asked by Slughead they pulled me out of retirement to rap on one of their songs called Duke Skellington from their album Haunted.
Nobody's been discovered, uncovered, brothers in arms. Sound alarm. Cause the deadliest battle of the century mentally leaves me questioning like an archaeologist. Call my pharmacist cause this is bizarre to bizarrest.
This album is haunted.
Oh, and then I wanted to bring up this other thing real quick. On their there's a song on there called Minecraft 2014 on this new album of theirs. And at the end, it has these old recordings of them as kids recording.
We're going back. I have a horse. And my sister made this. Well, not my sister. Something about my sister. No.
That shit guts me. Like that, that sound is like, it hurts my heart.
Oh, no.
The passing of time really hurts my heart. When I hear that in albums, like Sage Francis has it on 2 of his songs, Inherited Scars.
Stop that, Stacy, or I'll cut your head off. What? You're on the tape recorder now. What?
and Sea Lion.
You do this? You do this? Turn it on again. No, put it on stop. Stop. 1 minute. Right here to show you, yeah.
At the end, there's like clips of him as a little kid and recording tapes. But I don't know, something about that like always gets to me. Any songs that have stuff like that really gets to me. All right. I'll move on. So those are some things from people we know and whatever. There's a Cheech and Chong documentary coming out or is out, and someone was talking about it recently, and it reminded me of some of my old videos that I used to make as a kid. We used to do this. Me and my friend Matt used to do this video of Cheech and where we were acting out Cheech and Chong scenes.
Uh-huh.
I found those videos. I'll share it right here.
I didn't think it was going to be like this, man.
I know that's like a big thing on YouTube right now. Old VHS videos. I guess people are way into that. Our kids' generation are way into this. Watching old stuff like that. And I was like, I wonder if I should put some of my old VHS videos that aren't too revealing on YouTube.
I'm trying to think what would be revealing.
Well, there's a lot of swearing. So like stuff from like if it's just of me, I don't care. But I have friends in and it might not.
They have careers.
But yeah,
people.
Yeah, if you're subscribed to our channel, this DOD45 channel, that's the Art by Tide YouTube, you may start seeing some of these old videos that I used to make when I was a kid. All right, I'll move on from there. I found a few messages buried in the DOD45 DMs, Instagram DMs. So these are messages. One of the questions was, do you have any words of motivation for upcoming artists?
Oh, do you?
I do. Do you?
Well, I don't think they're asking me.
Okay. There are two simple words that can free you from taking things personally.
Okay.
They're two words. And it may not be what this person was looking for in this instance, but I thought this was maybe it would apply. The two words are let them. It's in line with the Beatles' Let It Be, or the proverb, not my circus, not my monkeys. If someone isn't getting back to me about joining us on the show, let them. If our friends don't reach out to us to invite us to things, let them. If someone has something they don't like, just let them. Basically, like, we can only control ourselves and our own choices.
Okay.
And by living by that and doing that with your work, if you're an artist, young artist, whether you're making music or you can't control how people are going to perceive what you make. Let them. Just let them do their thing. All you can do is worry about yourself. I think that's freeing as fuck. There's my advice. And then one other message that we got was, do either of you have a nostalgic smell or taste?
Windex.
Oh, that's nostalgic.
I love Windex.
Oh, really? Wow. That's interesting.
It's one of my favorite smells.
I don't think
which
I
one
like
I
it.
don't like?
Yeah.
Fabuloso.
Oh.
I walk right out of an establishment if I can smell.
Oh, that's the same stuff as Lysol, right? Or whatever?
No, it's this weird chemically smell that smells like grape or something. Oh, it's funky.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
So that's I guess that would be a nostalgic smell.
Yeah, Windex. Mine is black licorice.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What's that smell? What is that? Fennel?
Fennel.
Yeah. That's mine.
Anise, maybe.
Yeah, black licorice. Oh, thanks, guys. Oh, someone asked if we had seen the Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon lining up with the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, okay. I've never watched that movie.
I have seen it before, long time ago when I was a kid. It's all bullshit.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I've never watched it. Because that's a movie too, right?
No.
The Dark Side of the Moon.
No. The Pink Floyd The Wall is a movie.
The Wall.
But if you play Wizard of Oz with Dark Side of the Moon, it's supposedly lined up. We just did it. Me and my son just did it again recently. David Gilmour, he's from Pink Floyd, he said it's totally a coincidence, but people believe that they actually did it. And for people out there who don't know, when you play the album Dark Side of the Moon and Wizard of Oz, they kind of line up at the first a little bit. For the best results, on the third roar of the lion, the MGM lion, at the opening, that's right when you start the album Dark Side, and they're supposed to line up. But you don't even have to do that anymore because people have already done it on YouTube. You can just Google it and look it up on YouTube. But I recently Googled to see if there were other Pink Floyd albums that coincidentally line up with other movies, and there were a whole bunch came up. And I haven't tried any of them up, but I'll just share them with you here real quick. The Dark Side of the Moon with The Wizard of Oz, like we already said, and then Wish You Were Here with It's a Wonderful Life. Apparently they line up.
Wow.
Wish You Were Here with Westworld, the 1973 movie Westworld. Animals, Pink Floyd's Animals album with Casablanca.
It's the only Pink Floyd albums?
Yeah.
That line up with other
There's probably more.
movies?
These are Pink Floyd, yeah. And then the album Animals with the movie Animal Farm. And then Animals with The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. And then The Wall with the 1951 Alice in Wonderland cartoon. And then The Wall apparently lines up with Apocalypse Now. So there you go.
Okay.
Speaking of walls, let's knock down a wall and get right into the intro of our guests. Because they should be here soon. Our guests today are Still Tip Dove and Doseone.
Why I spy something moving in the tree line. Eyes glowing, jaw open, fangs showing, swang low when the fells will melt through whatever hell you shield your ears, eat what you hear. Find your minds meeting adhere to the red blue fluids. The dude move through it and howls. The dark skull spark that fires mouths. Let it breathe and believe it. The deeper meaning, seeking feelings, rotting your reason, grease, word, machine, and being.
If I'm incorrect with any information that I supply here, you're just going to have to forgive me. I don't know everything. I'm going to kick off information about Doseone. He's been on our show several times now. You can hear more of my introductions about him in past episodes. His very first appearance with us on the DOD45 show was January 16th, 2022.
Wow.
Now, how wild is that? That's 3.5 years ago. He then turned back up on November 9th, 2022 for a little check-in episode, and we ran that. It was just like 5 minutes, but we ran that with a Be Kind rewind of his first time appearance with us. And then we had him back on in April of 2023 for a short chat about his 50th album, Even with Demons. And then his last appearance was with us was on November of last year as part of our 100th episode celebration with North American Adonis. He's provided call-in questions for past episodes with Mr. Dibbs. He's even provided us with some guest announcements, including the intro for Jeffrey Gel Logan's episode. And most recently, he made us a mix of music specifically for the opening night of our group gallery show, Little Things. Clearly, we owe him a great, huge debt of gratitude. He's a goddamn genius, and we hit the jackpot when it comes to generous friends. He's been in the mix with the highest of high creatives, Anacon, Subtle, Cloud Dead, themselves, 13 and God, and more aliases than we could fit into a whole episode. And on the flip side of that beautiful weird coin, we have Still Tipped Dove, who joins us for his first DOD45 appearance. And he's a New York City producer. He's also an in-demand studio wizard and a mix engineer with hands in music by Billy Woods, Elucid, Adrian's favorite, Rap Fiera, Arm & Hammer, and way many more. And then, so they've dropped a new album together called All Portrait, No Chorus. And so before we go deep into the album, I pulled a few clips from both of their catalogs. They aren't their greatest hits. They're just fragments that I totally vibe with. I'll start with this. I do spend time writing out these little introductions to tracks, so just bear with me while I roll through these. It's one of my favorite parts of the DOD45 show, if I'm being honest. I like hearing their music in these little clips. That's why I do these. We'll kick off with some Dose cuts, okay? The first one I'm sharing is Thy Pattern.
Would not pretend to mourn your death. I'd honestly, probably solemnly just tell you. I could explain all sorts of numbers.
Then to a Cloud Dead track called And All You Can Do Is Laugh.
Walking circles around me as I stare at a deserted baseball field, writing a rap in red pen on the back of a crimson email folded twice. Hot dog.
That's Dose's group with Yoni of Y and Odd Knows Them. Then I'll hit you with Gold Teeth Roll.
What is this place these men with gold with it? The words breaking they end. Their
timekeeping, nothing but stone and fool gold. Stone worth the weight of 10 working class winners, leading beginners to the skull in their wish. If there was one, what is this place where greed came into all the mouths? Like empty does the chest and spoke, and nothing's bitch of straight.
That's from Themselves off of the Free Houdini album. It's Chaos and Charisma in a Blender. I'll follow that up with a track called Red, White, and Blonde.
These are the days of anyone being gone, the days of mind convincing and the great God. Luck me beyond a time of gold and uncertainty. Noise and expensive genetic victory. The proper time for bright black clothes.
Behold the information age and its molecular pimping. These are salutations from a nebulous and smoking 90s base evidence of American Cancer Society.
A little theater from Subtle. That's Dose's collab with Gel and Dax Pearson. Dax recently passed away in December last year, RIP. Condolences to his family and friends. And now here's one from 13 and God called Soft Atlas.
Has the earth come loose from its galactic net beneath? Cut off above the clouds, gone, let go from the space around. Drop down, done to the sun system. Cooked pearl of the one universe. Creep fell rolling toward the corner of the cosmos.
That one,
I like that song.
yeah, it's so great. 13 and God is basically a subtle collab with German band No Twist. And then finally something darker and more raw from Alpha called Powerful Poisons.
I am now, and I stress, less coastal, less has to have, shattered carafe hopeful, cast crafting the vast last resort of amassed vocals. Wait, that's still me, wow. But it's different now, I mean it, like exposed bone on fire.
That's Dose 1 and Mestizo trading sharp edges. And I think Alpha's been one of my favorite Dose collabs for a while now. Okay, so those are Dose's tracks to get your brain activated. Now let me share some Steel Tip Dove love. Dove's production discography is a whole rabbit hole full of grime, grace, and gorgeous messes. I clipped a few from across the timeline. Let's crack open Dove's crate for a second, starting with the song NFT.
The tempo going slower, fast, watching the lower half, you know just what you left with. Where can I buy an NFT of an extra 60 seconds? So I can take this moment and extend it while dancing to the rhythm of my genuine perspective. You can tell by the charisma in my methods that I don't take the steps take me where I'm destined. Come and get these niggas.
That's a track off Call Me When You're Outside featuring Billy Woods and the Koreatown Oddity over a beat that sounds like someone looping Fog and Regret. From there, Into the Mist, we go to a track called Spectral Analysis.
Yo. My bro told me stress will flip my Kango. Then I hit him with the kitty corner angle, saying I am stressed, I impress, imploring, print, depressed, delirious sorts to quit. Disembark, disenfranchise, distinguishing distinctions, feel ant-sized, yet get to clattering, clamoring, abysmal, baptismal gatherings.
And that's one with your man, Rap Fiera and AJ Suede. Then I'll share with you a song called Phantasm.
Poisonous monsters, Pan's Labyrinth, Murder Grand Dragon. It was all a dream, out of world experience, phantasm. Periscope, pistol play, past midnight near the festival. Residents, more tainted truths, rooftop party.
That's Fatboy Sharif and Dove getting down like a horror film, unspooling in reverse while someone reads poetry over it. And here's kind of a heavy one with Dove on the boards for Arm & Hammer called Y'all Can't Stand Right Here.
Young Winnie Mandela in the courthouse, black bra, white blouse, looking over my shoulder like when I get out, I'm with you down. Old Winnie with the weave, my face wet. Pickaninny with the mango seed, my place a mess. I licked the plate clean, free COVID test. Stress will mutate your genes, we buy diabetic test strips. Show me not the ends without the means, useless, guessless.
You can feel the concrete in that track. This next one's Deep Cut City from 2013. It's a track called Jesus Piece.
Ball so hard, make a rock seem soft. Shine like a motherfucker, high beams on. Bummy motherfucker, made my peace with God. Slide with your baby girl while on the mini bar. Fuck what you talking about, bitch, I'm an animal. Y'all ain't fucking with me, skeleton. My Jesus piece and my whole body.
Now that's this rapper named Lakutis. I discovered that one by accident. I don't even know how I came across it, but it has a darkness to it that resonates with me. And I don't know how he feels about it, but I put it in here because I just discovered it today. And then I'll wrap up with two more. There's a song called Loftily I Do Abstain.
Sculpting a bust from welded e-waste, varicose knee brace, stone hewing up a case with chisel and giving Welsh name. Federalist government eponym turned to polenta and Cornwall. All my antonyms are cornballs, posting bills along PNG files, organized Crimean seawalls. To advertise the personal drowning, insolvency, freelance tutoring and clowning.
That's from Dove's solo joint called Polygot on Chloroform. Loftily I Do Abstain. The title alone is a whole vibe. And then finally, a track called Blood Doping.
My heart rate monitor giving me clerical errors. My money's on clear in the air. Things I couldn't collect, a couple hair strands I'll see in the mirror. The only thing they got in their tool belt is capital. I got a buddy in Washington hitting the trails. At some point you're gonna have to contribute to something. I plot my EKG with a couple grass blades, they'll wash away in the hail.
That's from the Long Light Derecho tape under the Crops name. It's distorted, primal, and low to earth. It's a great place to end this little trip down the Dove dimension. Now that you've heard cuts from both of these creative wizards, let me share some of them together. And that's where things get freaky. As I've mentioned, almost all of you know, earlier this year they dropped All Portrait, No Chorus, and it lives up to the name. It's a splattered mural of phrases and production, nothing neat, no hooks, just crooked beauty stacked track to track. And here's a few that really got my attention, starting with Went Off.
This Iawaska guy I see now and then sat me down all intense just to ask if I like Eminem. Fuck is going on? Scared vegetarians riding the Jaguar guard wrong. And I'm supposed to explain myself, translate my pain into another's.
That's featuring Open Mike Eagle, and they fucking went off. Dose and Open Mike sound real nice on a track together, and Dose's opening bars, scared vegetarians riding the Jaguar God wrong, nibbled right into my subconscious, and I couldn't shake it, so it's the inspiration behind my drawing that I'll be drawing on this episode. Also, I love hearing Dose and Billy Woods' track together with Wasteland Embrace.
Eggs cooked with small bits of weapons, spilled milk drenching just enough rope to encircle your neck in an endless tale of unbridled, overwetted Midwestern repression, living the brand. Scared.
And then there's the track Dial Up.
Pen and paper, Dove is on the fader, wild on Baravano, stampede level devastator, village and killing, omen fulfilling, death through the diddling, all war gods willing, I'ma undermine your feelings with the pickle, P.O. I'm dismember, I'm like a gentleman, this man has method, a discipline regimen, serious butcher, authentic.
Featuring past DOD45 guest and Handmade Collective affiliate M. Saeed. Those two guys, Dose and M. Saeed, on a track together, that's fucking dangerous. And then moving on, there's That Work, and it might be my personal favorite.
I wanna live well, like something single cell. Sound only like I'm spelled, cause no one can tell who is specifically yelling in hell. Godless Opera, inner monster, meanwhile.
It doesn't let you relax, and I fucking dig that. All right, so yeah, all Portrait, No Chorus. It's jagged, layered, surreal, and it slaps. And we'll be right back after we hear an introduction from probably AWOL1 and our new segment, Adrian with Cass 1, Would He Eat It?
So Cass, I was going to ask you something entirely different today when I thought about how I was going to describe the noodle in that dish as the same noodle that is found in pho. And then I couldn't get out of my brain, would you eat pho? As I'm sure you know, pho is a beef bone broth soup with a rice noodle in it, chunks of beef, and then you get to add mung bean sprouts, Thai basil, hoisin, lime, jalapenos, sriracha to your liking. And I cannot get that out of my head. Would you eat pho? And also, pho is traditionally in Vietnam a breakfast dish. I didn't know this. Would you eat pho, and would you eat it for breakfast?
Well, Adrian, that would have been an easy question at one point in life. Might be a little bit of a long answer, but I hyper fixate on food, and there was a time where every day for lunch, for I'd say 3 months, I would go to this place by my old apartment and grab pho. They sold it though, and they sold it to this this lady that when I took my wife after, she said she started putting fish sauce in the pho, and that has absolutely ruined it for me. And when I say I fixate, like I go to the stir fry place. It's called Big Bang, and I went there so much that the owner, his name's Charlie, he said, "Thank you for coming here every day." And I said, I should probably stop. But I'm sorry, Miss Adrian. I am for real. No longer will I enjoy pho because of that one experience.
Hey, what's up, podcast world? This is AWOL1, and one of my favorite shows is DOD45 with Art by Ty. And today, we got my man Doseone, Steel Tip Dove. So check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? Stop what you're doing and listen.
DOD45. Welcome to the DOD45 Show. Thanks for being here with us.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Before we start, you just heard I'm going to be drawing it based off of your lyric, "Scared vegetarians riding a Jaguar gone wrong."
Yep, true story.
That's a great line.
Yeah, everybody does fucking ayahuasca in Santa Fe, man. They're like, it's like spiritual Ozempic for these fucking, you know.
I love the opening of that too. I don't know if Adrian, if you know, but yeah, Doe says, I've been with this ayahuasca guy, and he like sent me down to ask me what I think of Eminem, basically.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Yep.
That's funny.
Yeah, also true.
This ayahuasca guy I see now and then sat me down all intense just to ask if I like Eminem.
But that brings to mind, I know, how close is New Mexico to the border? Pretty close.
Very close, yeah. So we're like southern mid New Mexico, and then there's southern New Mexico, and then straight up border all along the bottom.
So I do know that there was a thing with the jaguars trying to cross, like the migration pattern actually exists there, but then the wall makes it very difficult. So is there truth to the jaguar?
I love that. I don't love that that's happening for jaguars, but that's very American.
So there was so I guess the vegetarian didn't actually ride the jaguar.
I guess that's a big ayahuasca thing for me, is like, I understand spirituality to some degree, and I invite anyone to have any escape or distraction or happiness in this world they can have. But I don't think all these white folks and Tivas should go poking another man's God all these years later. I think it's actually, especially, there's a lot of people in this town that like do it weekly. And I know for a fact it's done annually or semi-annually in traditional native cultures. And yeah, it's a lot, you know, I just, and those, they're sort of like, like more powerful cokeheads, like the way that, like, if they won't talk to you if you don't do ayahuasca, like when you're around them, it's like a whole secret thing. It's very, yeah, I don't know what the negative version of bespoke is. It's unspoke. It's a thing though to be around.
It's big in the podcast world too, like podcasters. Comedian podcasters.
We're on it right now.
Wait, the whole ayahuasca thing, or
Oh yeah. And so many of the podcasts I listen to, that a lot of the guests or hosts are into it. It's an LA thing for sure. It's like
yeah. It's because Mike Tyson gained knowledge, and so everyone wants to do it.
Well, it seemed to work on Tyson. I don't know about the cats that I'm in touch with, but yeah, they always they come like they're so you would imagine they're in the ether, and then they literally come to me and are like, "Who's better, Tupac or Biggie?" And I'm like, you know, man, Do more ayahuasca.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
All right. Here, well, so yeah, that's what we're now. I'm happy to know that was the direction. I felt like it was one of those nods. Fuck to that, but this fucking tooth. All right, I'm gonna start the timer and then we'll just get into it. We've been trying to get these episodes fucking cracking. I've been getting really better at this.
Hell yeah.
Really better.
Really much better.
All right. Timer set. Let's do this. I'll kick off with a couple of random pick your poison questions just to get us to in the chop up rhythm. For Dose, the first question will be for Dose. Would you rather have a rap battle with your 20-year-old self or collaborate with him on an album?
Oh, I would definitely rather serve him. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to do that in the room with your past self thing. You know, the time hole. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, no, I don't want to hear his lyrics. I would like, unless I can ghostwrite for my past self, then maybe there's that I would do that.
Who wins that battle?
Probably the kid. I don't know. Look at you. Oh. Yeah.
Old
Your beard
man.
is gray. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that stuff I'd actually lose to. Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe I could probably call him out on a couple things.
Oh, yeah, because you have some insight.
Yeah, I kind of remember 20. I don't know. It'd be a good battle.
That really would. All right, let's. All right, what do I call? Can I call you Dove? What do you?
See, it's always please, whatever you want, but most people just do Dove or Joe.
Yeah, well, because I was writing STD, and that just seemed weird.
No Shuggy, no.
I know.
Well, yeah, the acronym is awful, and it only dawned on me maybe like 3 days after I came up with the name, and I was like, fuck it.
It's too good.
Steel tip Dove to someone call me that in the room is just absurd for everybody involved.
Yeah,
so Dove is, I think, has worked.
I started using Dove a bit when I was coming up with stuff. So if you don't mind, I'll go with Dove. This is a pick your poison for you. Would you rather only collab with artists who always show up late or ones who bring their pets into the studio?
Well, I feel like it's actually as I get older, and my friends do as well, it's less and less people who show up late, but it was a pretty standard thing for forever. And I love pets. So the answer would just be pets. I have a dog, studio dog, and I don't know, I mean, like, I wouldn't love it if people brought their pet snakes, but I'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, that's crazy and not as fun as, like, another pet to bring. But sure, I'm not, like, I think all pets are kind of cool. So, yeah, definitely the pet thing.
Okay, I'm just imagining you, like, alone with a yellow boa constrictor while someone's in the booth. And you're just looking at it, and it's looking at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're bringing snakes, you need a handler. Like, they can't just go into the booth and expect you to be sitting there with.
Actually, I wonder if you can hear him. Like, I turned off the background noise suppressor, but still, I think it does its thing. Toodles, my dog, was coughing a little bit. I don't know if you just heard him.
No.
Oh, he coughs.
Yeah, he's got a cough.
Oh,
Toodles.
Shit, yeah. All right, Dose. Here, one more for you, and then one more for Dove. If you could safely have one as a pet and train it to ride it around like a horse, would you go with a tiger or a bear?
Oh, I got it. It's got to be tiger, man. I'm a cat person.
I knew that would be
and I guess I immediately start thinking about, like, cleaning up their shit like that, and the bear.
Yeah, but both are gonna shit like that.
I guess
you can
so.
get a cat if you could get it. Like, you can already have access to cats.
Yeah, I would just have to
pick the bear,
up
bro.
The cat, really, but the bear's gonna be like I have to grab bear shit like this, you know. I think
I feel like a tiger shit is gonna be huge. I don't know,
like a baguette. Like, tiger shit would be like a big baguette.
A baguette.
You could use a pool, like a kiddie pool, for the litter box.
Oh, I love it.
At least they're
and an outhouse if you got the bear.
Yeah, the bear's gonna have to be on the roof or some shit. I don't know what. A fucking bear. A bear would be fun though. Like, going to the dog park with your bear and being like, "What?"
Bears are just actually cute. Like, they're cute looking, cool animals.
I agree, and I think that's why I didn't go with a lion, because I think lions are cuter than tigers.
Oh,
so that's why I said a bear or a tiger. I know you're a cat guy, so I figured you were going to go that route. But
it's got to be tiger. I mean, it's kind of my brand, and corporate's on me these days. So gotta stick to the brand, bro.
All right, Dove. If you're making a PB&J, what's the ratio? More jelly or more PB?
More peanut butter, I guess. Yeah, if I had to pick one, I would put a little more peanut butter. But I would really just want to go 50-50. But yeah, more peanut butter for sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 50-50 is better. I think peanut butter is too dry. But I guess that also depends on what sandwich you put it on or what bread.
Yeah.
That's true, too.
I guess, and this isn't even... Too much jelly is just too messy. Like, I hate it when it's all over, like... So I don't know.
It makes a sugar sandwich, too. I'm
it's all over your
jelly
hands
averse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's sticky. I hate getting sticky.
I'd rather just go peanut butter on bread.
Oh,
that's it.
Skip the jelly. Yeah.
That's wild. Peanut butter
maybe
with
some
butter.
Banana.
Sure.
Okay, well, now you're adding to it. Sure.
Yeah.
But just peanut butter is wild.
I'd go just peanut butter.
No.
Wow.
No top bread. Just bottom bread.
Open face PB.
Just peanut butter. I don't think I could do that.
I'd choke on it like I'm choking on these fucking teeth.
Yeah. It's like a dare. That makes it like it goes into, would you eat this turf suddenly?
Really? Is it that bad?
I think it is.
No, lots of people do that. That's extremely common. That's very common.
I guess so. I think of it in the morning and it sounds like fucking hell. Like, like work. It sounds like work food.
Yeah, it's work food.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some all portrait no chorus talk. Who set the tone? Who led the charge? Or did you just both show up, jump in blindfolded?
Dove sent a beat pack.
Yeah, and then I feel like you said that. I feel like it was a combination because I didn't really try to. I didn't try to send a certain type of sound when I sent the beat pack. I just sent a ton of random shit.
Yep.
And then from there, whatever you cut, I was like, oh, all right, so not these. And then the next beat pack would try to be more honed in from there.
And it was, I think that's actually, I don't think we talked about it out loud, but that's part of why the bouquet of songs is so diverse, because Dove was like casting a wide net. And I was like, I'll fuck with this shit made out of train horns. I'll fuck with this nasty, I don't know. There's some of the stuff is like kind of clams reminiscent. And it's really, it was like a full spectrum. And a lot of the jams, as far as I'm concerned on the record, were in that first batch. It kind of like made anchor points. And then I wrote, it was like 5 weeks. I wrote almost everything. Like
really fast.
I was possessed, which doesn't always happen. That's a testament to Dove and the, diversity of the beats and like, and it felt amazing. It was like, I hadn't been in a zone like that since Les's Orchestra with Alias. And that was super similar. I like channeled, but I actually was, when I did that, I was like microdosing. Well, I found out it's macrodosing. I wasn't microdosing. I was taking mushrooms and I would be like kind of tripping balls as I would start things. And then with this one, it was really cool for me because
why did you think you were microdosing?
Because I was having a little.
A little meaning like 3 caps.
Whatever it would be. I was like,
but was it stronger than you, or did you just not understand what dosing of mushrooms was? It was just like
my amazing partner was like, honey, that's not a microdose.
Yeah,
I was doing that for years.
Like
a drop. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like
no, I would eat like a stem and a cap.
No, that is not a microdose.
I know. It's like a full dinner. And so but I didn't have to do that for this record. I was actually just like getting into the same space and really channeling, and it felt great. And then also things were sort of influenced by the people that I'm now more familiar with, but like the Backwoods crew and just how nasty everyone is. A huge influence for this was hearing the Shrapnel record before it was released at Zach's house on some other white people drug, 2CB. Anyway, it was fucking, I literally was like, I mean, everybody's hungry when they rap, but there was something I heard in that record, and both Prem and Curly, and it just kind of woke the Dickens in me, for lack of a better term, and met Dove because I reached out and talked to Fatboy Sharif, and he was so kind and cool, and exactly himself, and he was like, "You should call Dove," and I was like, "Fine." and then everything just clicked after that.
Sharif is really good at connecting people. He's very good at that.
Super generous.
Hey, can I ask something real quick? I prefer to keep it light, but you mentioned that you hadn't felt like that since the Less Is Orchestra album. When you were doing this, did it bring up? Were there like thoughts and feelings that you were having, like from like Alias vibes?
Yeah, I mean, yes, in the sense that like doing that with him was how I found the space that I really write in, that I find to be like where I was trying to get this whole time, more or less, you know? And so access to that always like smells like having Alias around me felt, you know? But it was also like super, what is that? They got a sump pump. Let's go! Pump up the sump pump. Pump up the sump. But it got louder. But yeah, it was really like I think more just getting back to that space puts me in the feels, you know, like where I feel like I'm channeling and I'm not in my own way. And like there's this thing about, I'm sure you have it when you're drawing or coming up with stuff, like when you're inspired, you know, you don't want to fuck it up. Like a loud noise will take you slightly out of the idea that's forming. And when I'm writing well, that's sort of the space I try to stay in. And I hadn't been back there for many reasons, but it definitely relates to the music and the people I'm making with. And, you know, it's always a gift. I'm not always there. You know, like today was just a Tuesday or whatever fucking day it is, Wednesday. You know, I had no ether for me today. It was just fucking Wednesday, you know?
Yeah.
Well, you guys, and this was done all remotely or personally, and then like, what is your creative chemistry like? Was it
this particular album was all remote?
Yep.
Yeah,
we had some sessions together, that were great, just hanging out, talking about shit. But we didn't actually record because, you know, I record vocals really well and get in the zone, and Dove makes his beats in his zone. And that shit was actually super smooth. And working with Dove, man, there's beat makers and there's producers. I tell you what, and producers can finish and really make every decision in a way that doesn't need, everything was just great.
Yeah.
You know, and perfect.
It sounds it. And what do I know? But that's just my opinion. It sounds fucking great. I love it. It's probably one of my favorite albums of the year, and there's still many years to go. But what was there a track on the record that surprised either of you?
Good question. Let me look at the track list.
Hey, I was just going to ask, you're not both in New Mexico, are you?
No.
I'm in New York. I'm in Brooklyn.
New York.
Oh, okay.
Both have a new in it. That's about as close as we're getting. Surprise.
And I don't even know necessarily what surprise. Maybe like you were surprised that that's what came out, or
kind of untouchable.
On the childish permanent cans, lost in the illusion of strength. Then again, the self-serving fury of ego's hung jury does captain the lesser vessel of thinking you're special in a world of flesh and metal. Or loving you not. Last pedal on the closed rows of maniacal fiscal piss and shit. Viable source of deficiency.
Because it's such is different. It's an outlier, and so is Not for Airports.
Using trauma as fuel, world crew as main mule of stallion, raft of galleon, dead soldier mountain, out of battalion, none of that gun, more
Not surprising in the sense that I hadn't heard stuff in that vein from Dose before, but just like, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to articulate exactly why, other than just the aesthetic of those songs, kind of.
Yeah.
They fit within the record, but they also sound a little different than the harder rap shit around it.
Oddly enough, when I did Not for Airports, I first did like a choppy fast rap version with twice as much lyrics, and then I listened to it an hour later.
I'd never heard that, right?
I just kept it, and I listened to it an hour later, and I was like, "This is not it," and I just scrapped it all and did the other version.
Wow. Is that ever anything that would make it on the B side?
The extra B-side, everything went on the record, that was there. But we did make some decisions, I don't know, man. It's a weird thing.
Was there a cut song? There was one cut song.
It was we moved the song with me and Sharif and then extended to make the vinyl version because I felt like that was longer. But I got I love that song, but the way I structured
got cut? There's no folder.
There's no cut.
Everything you guys made is on there.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we had for me, the record was kind of going mellow song, crazy song. It was always up down and toggling, and then the me and Sharif song was an extra mellow song, and so it got odd man outed. And I kept trying to work it in, and and I just got
wait, what Saw It on the Table?
That's the bottle one. That's the Sharif song.
Yeah.
Which I imagine Saw It on the Table was about a bottle, because there's the bottle sound. Am I just making that up this whole time?
Oh yeah, you said a bottle song, but just because of what you have,
there's a bottle in the beat.
Of it in your in your head.
He's like clinking a bottle. On the beat. I think for me, maybe what surprised me the most was what is it called? With the needle to the groove, I get fucked and I'm forced to fix it. I must now vary like a
Yeah, with the needle to the groove, I get fucked and I'm forced to fix it up. My style varies like a virus of flux. Nihilist, rhyme scientist, not never enough. Double negative, no sedative medicine.
That's the Wu-Tang. That's the Inspector Deck song.
Dial-Up.
Last
Inner Animal.
Inner Animal. It's Inner Animal.
Inner Animal.
So that song, I was like, I wrote, because I write chops, but I don't always force myself to hear the style while I'm writing. And then when I went to do, I remember the last time I listened to it, I was like, man, I could do an Inspector, I could get really shrill. And then I actually did it, and I was like, all right, we're doing this. I'm keeping it. But I wasn't sure, because a lot of, when I record, I'll do, in my old age, I have no problems throwing out an entire set of takes. You know what I'm saying? So I'll listen to it, and then I'll just be like, sometimes it's just I can do that I'm not sitting down is generally the redo. But other times it's completely different versions.
Let me interrupt you real quick. When you say at my old age, what was the difference when you were younger?
I guess it's a mixture of being nervous and afraid of your potential and afraid of redoing stuff, even though it's on computers, erasing, the power of the eraser. It's like a thing. And then not trusting that I always have a better take of me.
Oh,
that's probably the overarching thing, which is come on, motherfucker. You can drill it, and for sometimes it's drill it, and sometimes it's loosen up.
Right.
It's the two.
Let me ask you this, Dose. When you're not creating music, what is the agenda, and how do those things overlap in your process?
Oh man. Well, these days, let's see. I make, when I'm not doing albums, like what I did with Dove, I'm doing music for games, which is a lot sometimes. But so there's always something like that. There's always work that I'm getting through. I exercise. I go to therapy. And I do drugs. I smoke weed. I drink whiskey. But that's at the end of the day, it's basically like carrot on a stick. And I basically, the thing I've learned is there's aspects of finishing and beginning art and music that I can do like it's shoveling dirt. Basically, if there's an hour of the day, I can go out and shovel a little more. And that's like some kind of editing and all that shit. But actually, being in touch with the me that like can really like grab it out of the sky, bring it down, and outdo himself, that's not always there. And so I just try to track and be aware of when it is. And when it is, I actually put as much as I can on hold. Like I'll stop a poop mid-poop and just get to it. No, whatever it is, it's like if I can pause it, I will, and prioritize that because that comes and goes. And then I take in new music. I listen to like 90s. My comfort music is 90s rap. And then I listen to a lot of new rap lately.
Are you able to compartmentalize when you're hearing stuff to not draw from it?
No, that's difficult. That's why I turn things off. I turn very good music off because I'm like, this is gonna fucking make me change.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I know the vibe. Yeah, I don't follow a lot of artists online who are alive. I don't want to see their work.
Yep.
Because I don't want it to accidentally find its way into what I'm working on. Dove, how did your production approach on shift working with someone like Dose, whose cadences are more instrumental than lyric sometimes?
If I'm being honest, I don't know if it shifted. He just killed everything I sent him, so I got to just have fun with the post production. I don't think I have like a certain type of beat that I make. I've been told there's like a certain type of sound, but it goes all over the place, which is a blessing and a curse, and gonna be on whether you're going between blessing or curse is gonna be a blessing when it comes to working with someone like those who also can like adapt and just go wherever. You know what I mean? If he finds music he likes, he'll make that music, he'll go crazy in that vein. So sending a bunch of, of course a world kind of came out of it and it sounds cohesive, but that's all just bullshit magic, that artists do or whatever. This was, there's the version of the album where you sit down and create a arc from beginning to end as two people, usually a band or two artists working in the same room together over the course of several weeks or months. This was more just ephemeral, I think it just was a blessing to have so many random ass little sounds.
Is that the technical
and then
term?
meet someone like who's down for that stuff. Which term?
The technical term for creatives is bullshit magic. I love it.
Yes. I mean, there's certain stuff where you read or people ask questions and you want to have an answer other than, I don't know, man, it's because we just did it that way.
Right.
It was dope. We did dope shit because we do this shit and it's dope. And you know what I mean? But I think to your original question, I don't think and I didn't want to sound cocky, so I was trying to just come up with a good explanation, but I don't think I shifted my production approach at all.
Your shit is very varied, and that's why we made what we made, and that's why it was inspiring to me. It was that was really, I guess that somehow invigorates me, is when every beat is feeling different. I'm like, I can't listen to track 3 for a little bit. I gotta get track 1 out of me. Yeah. Because track 3, what we were saying about listening to other artists, there's this thing about I was
gonna touch on that.
I can't do it all right now.
Big difference there. I can't make shit without obsessively listening to other artists. So I won't make beats probably each week until I've listened to. What ends up happening is it's either 1 or 2 songs, but they have to be kind of brand new. This is not necessarily a good thing, part of my
right
personality trait, but I'm obsessed with hearing anything new. And then I'll get obsessed with 1 or 2 things, listen to it 100 times over the course of a couple, 2, 3, 4 days or whatever, and then try to copy that, and it's never going to come out. It's never going to come out as a copy because I can't.
Right.
Like, whatever. Any genre. This could be some ambient thing or whatever, and then beats come out of that. So I'm obsessed with kind of listening and trying to copy people, but I don't write words, so it's different.
Yeah,
it's totally different.
Well, yeah, I had heard something recently about what actually being creative is everything's already been done. It's just your interpretation of that thing is what actually makes.
And with words, that's a tough one. Or there are a lot of writers who are going to tell you that's not true. I was the first one to put these 7 words in this order for sure.
And also, we're working in an era of layers. It's post everything. So the reality is, certain arrangements of things have absolutely never been done before. Like saying "suck my dick, pig" on Sesame Street. Has never been done before. There's like I was just throwing it out of the ballpark so that you can think of your own that is more safe for work. But you can't. It's not actually in this layered era. I guess that means in any era. There's always a little something, but that's not really the point too, because there's no fucking award. It's not really
for not copying somebody.
Or just doing something really first. Like there's a few things that maybe me or friends of mine did first, and it's not what's dope. It's just who cares? Like it's not. It's this weird lineage of when I see people try to trace rap like further back than like Blowfly or whatever, and they're just like, well, Back Porch Gerald did 2 songs that felt like it was rap to me. And it's like, come on now.
So Sage's Lurked. We're going to hear Sage's social media lurk brought to us by Strange Famous Records. But I do want to just say, I don't know if you guys have considered a moniker, if this is a one-off, but this morning I came up with one. And Dungeon and Dragon.
They would serve us papers probably. They don't seem non-litigious.
It's not Dungeons and Dragons.
It's singular.
Oh, okay. Well,
I love
who's dragon and who's dungeon?
I think that's great. I think that sounds
I was just thinking
lawyers.
of D&D.
Lawyers will be involved in that project. I tell you what.
I wonder if we could though. I don't know if you could get away with that. I think if for some reason or whatever reason you go viral and there's a song that has hundreds of millions of plays, they may be like, that's a bit derivative of something that has a copyright.
Right.
Your name seems similar to something.
What about Fungin and Dragon?
There you go.
little room.
But then it eliminates the D&D, the dove and dose.
No, that's true. That's just F and D. F and D is a little.
Yeah, we got to think about that now. We've already learned what happens when you don't prefigure the acronym.
The acronym, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right, here we go. This is Sage Francis's lurk.
Peace, Dose1.
Hi, buddy.
How you doing, Adam?
I'm good.
I think I lurked you before, social media lurk, or it didn't, because I looked again at your Twitter feed, and it's not like you make comments on stuff, really. It's a lot of, like, you retweet stuff, and you've got a lot of projects that you promote. Respect. You're always in the middle of some crazy activities and projects, and I admire you for that. Steel Tip Dove, how are you, sir? I don't think I've ever had the pleasure of meeting you in person. I got a couple questions for you. One, I really want to know what it's like when steel tip doves cry. If you could answer that, that'd be great. Second question is a lurk, media lurk, social media lurk. In February of last year, you tweeted that you acknowledged most people when they bounce tracks will name it by first the name of the song underscore bass, name of the song underscore vocals, or and you say that's totally fine, but it's way cooler to bounce the track with the name of bass underscore name of the song, guitar underscore name of the song. To me, and you say it's way cooler, is it way cooler in a way where you're like, if you put on shoes before you put on your pants, that's way cooler because it's more difficult to organize? And help me make sense of this, because it's making my brain scramble. If I did it that way, it would be so difficult. I like to look at my list of stems and they all start off the same exact way. Different strokes for different folks. Love y'all. Peace to DOD45. Strange famous.
That's crazy.
Oh,
Wait, all
there you
right.
go.
I'll answer the question, but Dose, do
Yes.
you know what my answer is going to be or no?
Yeah, I actually agree with you.
Okay, but I know you agree with me, but I don't even think you do it. No one does it because
I do not.
because out of convenience, the session name is the session name, so you're just gonna have to do that or whatever. But as a mixing engineer, when you're dragging and dropping the stems back in, and then you're looking at the board, the mixing board on the computer screen, and it's not massive, like you don't have a massive screen or something, you're just gonna see all the tracks name the same exact thing.
Right.
Because you're not going to get to the end of the sentence.
And it's the same with navigating on files as well. But I do it because I work on so many things for games. They're always initials, then Muzak spelled wrong. And then
does somebody
blah, blah,
out there
blah.
have a perfect file organizing system?
Yeah, me. I just explained it. You put the name before the name of the song. You don't lose the name of the song. I mean, I get Sage's beef is that he's not going to see the name of his song, but yes, you will. You will simply see. Yeah.
No, it's better. It's better for organizing, especially when you drag and drop, and especially if you're actually using an LED on a fucking mixer that's an interface. It's
That's
impossible.
funny.
Anyway,
thank you, Sage. Thanks for your lurk.
Thanks,
that's
buddy.
crazy.
Famous.
Thank you.
I want to do some specific things for each one of you. I'm going to start. Let's chop up some Steel Tip Dove stuff. How did you land on the Steel Tip Dove moniker exactly?
There is a rapper named Sims, and it was a lyric in one of his songs.
Hook in my gut, leaking marrow in the dust. Looking for my steel tip dove. That's how the real news love. I'm on the brink, just waiting for a shove. And when it comes,
Oh.
Yeah, and I was heavily inspired by Doomtree way back then. And yeah, that was it.
Oh, cool.
That was
Yeah,
it.
and I know now. Yeah, now that you say that, I can hear him saying that on a song.
And I got
that's
to
cool.
meet him and make sure that he didn't care, that he didn't mind.
Right.
And he said he didn't, and he thought I was someone different because he knew I produced this song for this guy Locutus, and there was a video for that. And when I met Sims, he was like, "Oh, I just assumed you were going to be not Locutus, but the other guy in the video, because there was another guy in the video."
I said, fuck her when I'm done with this shit. I'ma spin the whole world on the tip of my dick. Let out the blood from your wrist. Bitch, you ain't fucking with me. Skeleton. My Jesus.
But I wasn't. He was like, "Weird, okay." And then I was like, "So you don't mind that I stole your IP, do you?" And he was like, "Oh no, bro, I don't care."
That's funny. I brought up that song. I didn't know that that's how you pronounce that rapper's name. Jesus. What's the song called?
Jesus
again?
Piece.
Jesus Piece. That is it. That is a dark song, and I fucking resonate. I liked it. I don't know.
So
I was
good.
into it.
Great. He's a good artist. He's an incredible artist.
And then it's funny because when you currently right now, if you Google Steel Tip Dove and Dose 1, there's a picture that comes up from one of the videos that's got two other people that are not you and Dose in the middle.
Whoa.
Oh, I thought you meant not even Dose. I thought you meant
No,
two other
it's
people.
Dose in the middle, and it's the two other people.
That makes sense. Yeah, there's.
Yeah, and but it's not, neither one of them are you. The only picture right now when you Google that shows up is the one. I think it's from the video when you guys are sitting on the curb.
Yeah, that's
us.
Yeah,
that's us.
Yeah, that's us. Oh, and then let me ask you this question. You produce for a lot of grimy, dense, poetic MCs. Do you tailor your style? I guess you already kind of answered this. But if you don't tailor your style to the artist, or do you?
No, I
or
really
is it come
don't.
into my space, here's what's happened?
Yeah, it's like, hey, last week I made 15 beats. You want to hear them? And they're like, whoa, this one is great. And I'm like, great, it's yours. Or like, these few are great, you know? And then, it's like that. But once there's like a clear, either agreement or obvious, once there's like you're heading towards a project, I don't start to like cater maybe a little bit, or I will start to cater, I guess, you know, like I will start to cater either within making the new beats or just directing which folder I'm going to pick for it. But
and then does a lot of change happen in the mixing? Or
when I get to when I get to really produce a full project, that's my favorite part. I mean, that's become my favorite part is post-production. Putting all the beat stems with all the vocal stems and then doing weird drops.
In that process, in that part of the process, after you've recorded everything, will you start to tailor that to the artist that you're working with, or is it just going to be your guys' collab? That's the sound that's going to come out. I don't know if I'm making sense of that.
It does, but it's already done, right? Like it would be pretty rare for me to like change a beat or something, right? We're talking about like drops or intros or outros or like killing the drums here, making the drums go in reverse here. It's only like 10 tricks at the end of the day. You just do them differently.
Right.
Songs. Again, it's all, but like, the post-production is more just like, that kind of stuff. And that's where Broder came in too, right? Broder also did a fuck ton of post-production. So he did stuff
like
on
turntables,
top, turntablism, all that stuff, sound effects, really cool, like scratching.
What does your setup look like? Are you a minimalist rig guy or is it a studio?
I just use Reason to make beats, and I have like one. Can't even see it. One MIDI keyboard here.
Oh.
It's I'm all in the box and stuff. I don't know. Dose has been here. I'm pretty minimalist, right? Like I don't even have any of that shit that he has behind him. Like
no, he won't even play that guitar if you ask him.
Yeah, like I don't know how to play.
He's
the
like,
guitar.
no, I will not. Yeah,
that's art.
Yeah, I just use Reason and samples and synthesizers and shit.
Yeah, I think you really have an ear. And I don't know, man. I feel like some artists, they actually do have a palette. You could almost describe the types of beats that you'll get from them. And with Dove, he just sort of actually settles on what is dope about what he's cooking and how he's cooking it. There's just like the energy's varied, but there's always mood there. It's just the thing you don't always get,
I get, if I can say, because I deep dived, I deep dive always when I'm working, when I'm going to have a guest in. It's not a specific sound, I would say, and obviously I could be way wrong, but everything that I listened of what I could get my hands on that you produced or had your hand in had a mood that felt
moody,
like
for sure.
Moody,
it was you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I feel like there is a.
I'm hard pressed not to think it's this one specific distortion plugin that doesn't do a lot, but I've been putting it on every single
this whole time.
Every single I'm not even joking, for like 10 years. I'll be done if I lose this plugin.
That's amazing.
Similar. Yeah, if a musician's using the same guitar on every song, even if the songs all sound different, it's still that one guitar making that sound.
Yeah, there's this one thing, but yeah, and I don't make a lot of stuff that you could describe as not happy. Like I don't have,
Yeah.
for lack of a better term, I definitely don't have a lot of stuff that could be described as happy.
I
Maybe
guess-
upbeat or something like that, but not like
That's probably one of the only ways to describe you is some of the things you don't do, and it's that sort of categorical jazzy bop classic rap sound. Like I wouldn't get that from you.
boom bap.
Boom bap, whatever that is. Your shit'll slap though. Also too, I felt like with working, even though I was working to the music you gave me, the whole time I felt like, and moving forward, I could ask you, I could be like, hey, we need one more track that's super aggressive.
Yeah.
And you would
Because
deliver.
you've already shown me what that means to you.
Right.
Like by like the artist, when I get to do it, the artist will really have a big influence on where it heads. But I don't try to direct it from the outset ever. I'm not trying to
Let me ask you this, Dove. If you existed back in the Wild West days, what do you think your whole vibe would be? Gunslinger, saloon poet, snake oil peddler, or something totally different?
Gunslinger, snake oil peddler. What was the third one?
Or like
or any old Western
saloon poet.
Any of the characters.
Any
I don't know. I
character.
watched Deadwood. I'm trying to remember the Deadwood characters. Deadwood was so good.
Or would you just
I
be
like snake oil slinger because I mean, just like I don't know,
industrious.
It seems I'll get caught probably eventually, but
No, you just keep moving around.
yeah, it's town to
Yeah,
town.
but if you I forgot to set it up. Like now, really think about it. If you were alive at that time, based on what you are with yourself right now, I guess.
Oh, I'd be.
I got no skill. I got no skills. I got nothing. I'm down to learn. I'm down to help out. I can pick things up and move them around. There's lots of that going on back then. Like it would just be pure labor right away. I don't know.
Yeah, a laborer.
No more logic. No more spreadsheets.
Yeah, just like, I mean, I can't.
Can you help with this cow?
Yeah.
How's your cow skills?
Yeah.
Or how's your gardening? Because you had to run
You know what?
gardens. and
Maybe
shit.
you would.
I could garden.
Maybe you drive the train because there was a train.
True. That's true.
That's still some that's a learning curve. Dove is smart, but he's not just
but
going
I
to know
feel
how
like
to drive a
those
fucking train.
trains. They go real slow.
It's pretty easy. You're
real
right.
slow.
I think you put the coal in.
You can learn it one
Oh.
day. Yeah, you can learn it one day.
I think you're right. Actually, you're right. I bet it's not that complicated.
And then two other questions for you. Being that you're a dove, when was the last time you actually held a bird?
Oh.
Maybe when I was a kid, I was really young, so I don't have a ton of memories. But my parents, we had a pet bird, like a parakeet or something.
Oh.
Yeah, one of the little things you
Tarquin.
get at a swap meet.
Right.
Yeah. Like the goldfish of birds.
Yeah. About 36 years ago.
I think I have the exact same situation. That's probably the last time I held a bird.
It's funny when you asked what pet, whatever, the early on in the studio, I just thought of like a parakeet just in there, just
Oh, I didn't even
yapping
think of
at
that.
you.
That would kind of be a no. You'd have to be like,
It
hey.
would be, you'd be like that. You got to get that thing out of here.
The cockatoo.
Bro, you can't bring your ferrets into. They fucking smell like hell.
Oh,
Yeah, they don't
Yeah,
talk
ferret
though.
birds.
You know?
Do you? One other. Maybe you have insight on birds now, but do you think birds understand traffic, or are they just lucky?
Oh,
Wind. They
Yeah, I think-
understand large objects giving off wind probably, and they're like, oh,
pushing them up.
let me dip out.
Yeah.
Let me not get hit.
Yeah, that makes
I
sense.
do think about this though. Sometimes when I go running in the morning, and we have this train nearby, and I'm always like distance. We're always like doing some sort of math in our head, thinking like, how fast is the train moving? How fast am I moving? Can I make that? But I think they do that same kind of math.
Yeah.
Whatever that math is.
This coming from a person who thought she could fly when she was a kid, she jumped off her roof to see if she could fly like a squirrel.
No, it is. I think it is calculus though, because they describe that dogs can do it because if they see a tennis ball in a current water, they don't go straight. They go at an angle because they understand that the ball is moving.
Yeah.
So they run and they intersect with it. If they were even dumber, like even couldn't do any calculation whatsoever, they would see the ball here and they would run straight and then they would be confused by the fact that the ball was moving. And then they would have to like
Makes
keep
sense,
like but just like a human would, you would follow it. So it's
Well,
like I've heard that they're performing a basic version of calculus in their mind.
Right. And that makes sense with hunting, because like you're gonna, whether it's a ball or not, you're gonna like get the fucking rabbit.
You gotta understand, like.
Oh, right.
Well, we don't give enough credit to animals, and I was going to bring this up with Adrian in one of the intros or outros, but maybe I'll just bring it up here while you guys are here just to get your opinion on it. We have this little nature area behind our house, and I run there in the morning, I bike there in the morning, but the last few weeks, I come around this corner, and I'm wondering what you guys think what animals do in nature. Do they communicate? Because I swear to you, I'm not even bullshit, and I swear on the life of everybody, the last few times I've come around this corner, there's this fucking cardinal and a squirrel, and they are full on having a conversation on the pathway.
Wow.
And every time I come around this corner, they both look and go, oh shit, and they scurry away. And it's happened 6 times. And I can't say it's the exact ones, but I know. Well, every time it's like, I'm gonna have to come around the corner creeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really, every time I've done it, I'm like, they were just fucking like shooting the shit or like having a conversation about some shit.
Dude,
but I don't know.
The Cardinals MAGA. I think the Cardinals MAGA. And the squirrels, like, basic, I don't know, like proletariat or better,
Or there's a piece of food somewhere that only those two remember there, and they're always trying to get to it.
Yeah.
Oh, like
some Occam's razor
shared
thing
trauma.
here.
Shared trauma about, okay. I could see all that being true. I've seen little homies talk. When there were dogs, little chihuahuas in my house, the cats, it felt like the mutual understanding was like, hey, don't fuck with me face. And that was like one of the animals would give the other animal that. And that was really the height of anything.
So now, because that makes sense. Yeah, they're just giving each other looks. Now I'm wondering if this bird and the squirrel are just kind of giving each other's looks over this one piece of, I don't know. I didn't even take up time with that, but I don't know. It's just, it's got to me. My timer went off, and I hate to hold people long.
Oh, you're good.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah, totally.
I normally have Mr. Dibs comes in with the Mayo or Miracle Whip question.
Oh, here we go.
This is all this is what he sent me.
Give it up, Mr. Dibs on the turntable.
Listen to more of this.
Well, fuck. Blue cuff. Well, fuck.
That was it.
3, 4.
That was it.
Well, fuck. Lou Cuff is well, fuck in reverse.
He usually has a question, but he's dealing with a flood in his basement, and he's fucking pissed. And so
that sucks.
Yeah.
He said, I don't have time to send something to them, but just let them know. I was thinking of them, but also fuck.
That's a meta. It's a metaphor. I don't think there's really a flood.
Let me ask some questions of Dose, and then I'll wrap up, and we'll do your guys' dish questions. We're gonna get dosey here for a second.
Let's party.
You've always been ahead of the curve. This is just my feeling. Do you ever look back and wonder if you were too far ahead of it?
No. I think the whole concept of like before one's time is super disrespectful. Like if you say that about Freestyle Fellowship or This Heat or whomever, they are not. They're distinctly influenced by 1.5 things, or maybe a couple people just pulled it out of nowhere. But you are doing what you're doing. To be ahead of popularity is no great feat. To be in sync and inspire a bunch of creators in your time and after is a great feat. But that's also not like, you don't just try and do that. So it's like a weird thing.
You're not making a conscious decision to fucking be ahead of the curve.
No. But I am, because of, actually the reason that I am is of course because of talent and like the 1,000 hours nonsense, but it's also because of what I was listening to. I was listening to Underground Blowed tapes, all my contemporaries, whether it was Slug or fucking Circus and Radio Inactive, AWOL. Like, you know, the bar was as high. I guess that was the thing, is like the rap. I was really Latyrix, Company Flow. Like where I saw the bar was as high as it could be as a rap fan. It wasn't just that I had a hunch that was where the bar was. We were listening to all this shit, and then we started making music, and the bar was where my contemporaries put it. So I just did my version, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, it was like, wouldn't be anywhere if it wasn't for the music that surrounds me and inspires me in that regard. You know, the rest is just outdoing yourself, you know, like I was saying.
I guess my reasoning behind the question is I can only relate it to myself, but sometimes I've done so much shit that was way ahead of the curve, and it's frustrating to see. That's not frustrating, but sometimes if I look back and I go, well, fucking they benefited because they came out with it 10 years after I was doing it. There's a little bit of frustration there, which is fine, whatever. But that's more what the angle of what I was wondering, if there is ever a frustration. You're like, oh, well, fucking, you know, well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's a real thing. You're acknowledging something that completely exists, and like it was definitely something I have in the past had stronger feelings about. You know what I'm saying? But there's this whole thing in rap about being a biter. And then when, you know, like you think about that term, which is like taking a little too much of someone's sauce, you know, not interpreting, you know, there's stepping up to technical aspects of other people in any medium that I think is advancing your own level of skill. And that can always be influenced by seeing other levels of skill that happen to be higher in various regards, like depending on the form, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then there's like being Elvis and sounding just like people and like not giving credit, and, you know, we know it's in all the forms again. So yeah. I just think it's super prevalent, and like, but there's just that line with that, because if I'm anything, I'm fucking influenced. You know, my style is fatherless because of that. But at the same time, I would never get caught wearing another man's style. It's a death sentence.
Is there an artist that you've met recently that made you feel like a fan again?
Oh, you know who is Akai Solo?
A home is just a house when you won't want it. Presents produce so much, past compression, no juice produce. My agenda mirrors a man who not saving you. Euphoric till I got a rule. Red, but I'm bleeding black, the period of soul. I'm on the other side of a typhoon. Greed get the best of me like.
Who's also on Backwoods, but releases on other labels and is prolific. Is one of the, I mean, I really want to say few rappers where I can't see how he's coming. His style is authentic, exactly him, and unpredictable. It's super singular, man. And like, that's not really what you hear in all the forms of rap, whether it's pop or underground. Pop stuff always sounds like the same 8 pop guys, and underground sounds like the same 8 underground guys. You know what I'm saying? But there's something about Akai, both the writing and how he raps it, that is definitely like, I'll be damned. And when I saw him live, I was just like, God damn, this man has his own style.
Yeah, and that's what resonates with you, right?
Yeah, because everyone says that. Like, Cheerios says that about one Cheerios versus its other Cheerios type, you know? So it's like, you know, but to really see it and acknowledge it, it's like, you know, it's not often actually, you know?
Yeah, it's moving. Let me ask you on the Wild West front, if you existed back in the Wild West days, what do you think your style would have been? Dusty trench, wide-brimmed hat, fringe and flare, or some outlaw remix that would have got you kicked out of the saloon?
Oh, man. What the fuck would I have been, dude? I think I would have been a thief, because that's something I was at an early age. So I would have been some kind of thief, actually. That came naturally before violence. So I would have been a little wormy. Definitely had a weird mustache, but not too much, because you don't want to remember me. And I'd wear animal stuff.
Oh, like the raccoon hat or the...
Yeah, and none of that is very PC, but I'd do it if it was then. I'd wear weird...
Okay, they were still around.
Yeah, right. No, I actually... I don't know, man. I think about that you know, but they're always like, men think about the Roman Empire. I do not.
Okay.
But I do think about like, being that I'm like, assuming everything's sort of intact, like I'm still nearsighted, like, what if I don't have glasses? Like, I'm just kind of meat. Like, I got to be nice or in charge or stealing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be all out there like, that's Gary. I got to run or I'm going to get him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It would just be, I don't know. I guess I think about survival on that level.
Or you need a good best friend who's got great eyesight.
Eagle eye. Yeah.
Let me hit you with a few randoms, then we'll go to your guys' dish questions. Dove, this one's for you. If someone handed you a small mystery box right now, would you open it without asking anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Yeah. Just if someone came up on the street.
Anybody?
That's a different question. I guess. Like anybody is tough. Like, I'm going to judge the person handing it to me for sure.
How do you respond to random bags out and about? Are you
I just walk by them shits.
It's normal.
I don't see something, say something. It's just a bag. Like, it could be a bomb, but there's also, maybe it's not. So
and then one other one for you, Dove. Do you have a favorite kitchen appliance?
I mean, like, the toaster oven gets used so much. I like the Magic Bullet. The Keurig gets used every day. Yeah.
Are you a coffee snob or just need coffee?
I drink 1 cup of coffee a day. And I start it at around 9, and I'm not exaggerating. I probably finish that cup of coffee around like
2. Okay, right.
Like noon. My God. I drink 1 cup of coffee slowly, and at this point, as soon as it's above 45 degrees, I immediately switch to iced coffee.
Right.
And that iced coffee lasts for like 2-3 hours.
That's interesting. Now we know. You can make any judgments based on him with any of that. What those answers. That's what these are.
For judgment.
Little ways to judge people. Dose, what kind of shoes do you usually travel in?
From tour, I take 1 pair of shoes for my journey generally, unless I'm going to a nice tropical place. I'll bring flip-flops or something. But men should not wear sandals. Shame on you. Across the board.
I wear that every day, all the time now.
No, I mean like Tevas. You don't wear Tevas.
What's Tevas? I mean like
the full on
Velcro.
No, that's a slide. That's acceptable. Like, I'm talking about any form of like any Air Jesus is not cool. Whatever it is. Birkenstocks, absolutely not. Yeah, that's not cool.
I did when I was in high school, and they were comfortable, but now they
that's
feel
okay.
Uncomfortable. That's like, I don't know. Yeah.
There's just I'm telling you, hell is bifurcated. Basically, it's 2 zones. It's wore Birkenstocks a lot and didn't.
Why are the slides okay?
Well, because that's like a form of foot. Like Japan. That's all like.
They're house
in
slippers.
Japan, they wear shoes like that's like a cross-cultural footwear. It's acceptable.
So the main beef here is the heel strap.
The man sandal.
I think so.
It's that is no. What do you mean sort of? That is the only. That is the.
I guess it is the heel strap.
The heel strap is rough because you're not the only one. You're in a large.
And the ankle.
You're part of a large contingent of people who feel this way. So you're not. But I've always wondered, like, the slide gets such an easy pass.
It's like a house shoe. I get it, but
I agree with you.
Yeah,
but women are okay.
Yes, absolutely. Open toe shoes are totally acceptable. There's still an ugly sandal out there for the ladies. For sure. Choose wisely. I think. Everything. Personal preference. Anyway.
Do you have a flashlight that's not your phone?
Yeah, like I bought like some earthquake bullshit in California, and that's still here, and I think I have them stashed. So I probably have 3 flashlights. But But I don't know where they are right now.
Yeah, they're useless. The batteries are dead in them.
Yeah, the batteries are dead.
One dump.
So no, I guess no.
The flashlights you have are the kind that they don't even make that size battery for anymore.
That's right. Yeah.
Where are you finding double D's at? Unless it's like like an old Jobber's Odd Lot or some shit. One other question that I like to ask of people: Do either of you have a favorite gas station like knick-knack? Like if you're on a road trip, like mine used to be Zippos. Like I'd go into a gas station, like I'll buy a Zippo.
I mean, back in the day, I bought trucker hats when that wasn't played out, you know, and it would be like a hat that says something mildly offensive,
right?
You know. Like, we don't like my face, talk to my ass, that kind of shit, you know, or whatever.
What about you, Dub?
Snacks, man. I can't really think of anything that's not. I don't
Just
know.
snacks.
Yeah, like what talking rolling papers, but that's not a knick-knack. These are just
Vanilla
Dutch
shirts,
Masters.
dream catchers, shirts. That's
Dream
the kind of
catchers.
shit that you could get.
Not
Well,
a gas
especially where
stations
you're
around
at.
here.
Yeah, on your way. If you're ever on your way going down to where Dose is, you're getting a poncho.
Yep.
Or is that what they're called?
The blankets.
Or the blankets.
Blankets as well. Well, that's like a weird thing where like one of the few things to really make its mark in gas station merch is like cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
Like the second you get into some new area, they're like, here, get some of it. It's so
But
fucked up.
sometimes you are in the reservation and it's their
That is
reservation.
purposeful.
They're making money.
And
Yeah.
that's how it
Gas
should be,
station,
yes.
Let me do your guys' last pick your poison questions, and then we'll do your first and worst and thirst and get you out of here. Dose, would you rather lose your voice for a year or your pen hand for a year?
Oh, pen hand. This is grim, but a pen hand. And then I'll write like a baby.
Can you still make music with your left hand or whatever non-dominant hand?
That would suck too, but I can make MIDI go. But a lot of things would be whack.
Yeah.
That's a big
It's
one.
it's a pick your poison. It's not pick your light.
But I gotta have my voice.
Yeah.
Me.
Dove, would you rather get pecked by a dove every morning or take one steel-toed boot to the chin once a week?
Whoa.
Not the chin, the shin.
Oh, that's way better. That's
It's
still
not
a lot.
that much better. The
I guess
shins
that's
are
a lot.
rough, aren't they? I mean,
I
like
guess so.
Wait, what was the first one? The
Pecked
dove?
by a
Pecked
dove
by a
every
dove
morning.
every morning.
Every morning. Once?
Yeah, that's cool.
I think maybe a few pecks in the morning.
Huh.
Yeah, still though. Once a week getting kicked in the
Kicked
shin.
in
the-
Fuck
steel
that,
toe.
man.
Yeah, I think the bird, dude. I think you gotta do the
Yeah.
bird. Yeah.
I know
Chin
doves
or
and
chin.
pit-
Chin is like I would die after a
Yeah,
few months.
chin's no good.
Chin's bad.
Like, and then he died.
It's so brutal.
And then, Dose, would you rather have no elbows or no knees?
Whoa.
No elbows.
Wait. But can I backpack this? Does this involve the hand being out already?
Everything? No. Now this is the slate's been erased. Now no
Separate-
elbows
a separate
or no
pestilence
knees.
that you're asking. Let's see. Wow. I don't know. I guess no knees. I don't know.
Yeah, well, think about making music.
I guess
kinda
so.
need your-
Yeah, my
but you
feet
can
aren't
still
going to
make
do me any
music
good
like this.
with my feet. I don't know, man. I think, yeah.
They both suck.
Yeah. No, it would definitely be.
You would just be like walking up, like if you had no knees, that just means a straight
Oh,
You can
yeah,
fly.
you better
femur,
have
all femur.
better
Right,
not
all
have-
femur. Yeah, in a shoe.
you
I don't
better
know.
have,
In a sandal.
I
stairs.
guess no knees, man. This is a lot.
Do you have stairs coming into your house?
I'd have to get rid of them or
Yeah,
whatever.
but you can roll up them.
No,
I don't really
you'd
have
have to do some weird angle thing or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
Crutches.
I'll get a Saint Bernard that drags me.
What? You have a tiger.
You have a tiger. Dub, would you rather have to explain all portraits no course to your childhood self or to your grandmother?
A childhood self sounds kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah, would he be interested?
No. Neither of them would be interested. But yeah. The look of it's just easier to maybe just take the look of confusion and disdain from a child than the look of confusion and disdain from a grandmother. Like, stop.
Final one for you, Dose. Would you rather only perform on cruise ships or in airport terminals? If you could only.
The universe, I'd say cruise ships, but I guess wow. Yeah, fuck it. I'll be the airport terminal guy. I'll do that. Yeah, I don't want to be on cruise ships like that. Talk about, I don't know if that's my demographic. I might be hell. I might be living hell. Not that the airport is any fucking better.
You have more chance at the airport.
It's more chance.
Yeah. People
there are more variables.
I feel like cruise ship is right away. They're going to be like, play some Skinnerd,
Right.
or whatever it's going to be. You got any Beyonce?
The Alaskan tour, the winter Alaskan tour cruise might be a little different vibe.
Yeah, like people going to die.
Oh,
okay.
The winter?
Not the winter. I'm sorry. I meant when I say the word Alaska, I think of winter. I just meant an Alaskan cruise.
Okay, they do
different people go to that. Yeah, It's not old. It's like young hippie types.
Outsells.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
All right. I've built up an appetite. I'm ready to be served.
DOD45.
It's raw. It's fucking raw.
How much do you charge for this dish? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ask you what your interests are.
Do you like it? Who you gonna be talking to?
First things first, the first love, hey.
Talk, questions, conversations, laughter.
Here we are, table set. Thanks, Buddy Peace, for the theme music, and thanks, fellas, for dishing us out your first, worst, and thirst. This is the dish. We'll start with Dose. Dose, your first time you realized that you dodged a bullet.
Man, I think I was thinking about this. I think it's in like 1997 or something. I did a Sprite commercial with Fat John and Jay Rawls, and it never came out. And I think it's good that I'm not Sprite boy, because I had to say Sprite at the end. I was the one who got stuck with the couplet that had to have Sprite in it. I said Sprite. I'm glad it just didn't. Hey, marketing. Yeah, I think I'm better off. Not my. Yeah.
All right, Dub. Who was your first celebrity crush?
The only thing that I think that pops into my mind, because I can't think back too far, is Jenny McCarthy.
Oh yeah. Everyone loved her.
Do you remember Next? That show Next? She was on.
Yeah.
that.
What was that show?
MTV?
What did she start on MTV? Was she?
But also, it would have been like, what was she starring in? I thought it was Next.
There was like a first show she was made
called
popular on, and I can't remember what it was.
Wasn't she a host?
It was a game show. Yeah, she was like the host.
Yeah,
it was like a
host.
Was
it
called
Next? I don't know. Maybe.
Or was it something before Next? Maybe.
I thought there was something before, but anyway.
But I also feel like, because I don't view them as celebrities. Like, who knows? Like, if I had a crush on the older sisters in Full House and stuff, because I was like a little kid.
DJ?
When that stuff,
DJ.
So they were older to me. I was like, they're adults.
Right.
Like, there's, I can't remember the names and stuff. But I feel like I had a poster. This is later. I had a poster of Jenny McCarthy. That's why she comes.
Yeah.
You probably missed Downtown Julie Brown.
That's MTV.
Yeah, I
DJ,
remember her.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She
was
great.
adorable.
She was hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Jenny McCarthy. That's a good answer.
I
That's a
tried
good
to
answer.
look up what show was that show.
It was called Singled Out. Or no?
No. You're right.
Is it called Singled Out?
That just called Singled Out. 100%. I was saying the wrong thing. Singled Out.
Yep.
I can't believe that just fucking fell right into my brain. I don't.
That was wild.
It did. It just fell. It just landed on my head like a bird shit.
Yeah.
Dose, let me ask you this. Your worst. Here's your worst. What's the worst decision that you made that looked smart on paper?
Oh, man. I don't know. Getting a marketing degree, whatever the fuck. I don't know if any of that really applies, but You know, I went all the
Do
way
you
with
not
college.
use any of that?
No, actually, I suppose there was a small amount of confidence it gave me to be like less hesitant than whoever was next to me when we were trying to start a record label or be a business or pay a bill or rent for the first time or whatever. But no,
and that's the part that sounded smart on paper.
Yeah, but it really didn't. Nothing really stuck with me. I wouldn't say anything was incredibly useful. Most of my things I would call the ability to assist and market and understand that is from astutely observing it like I do anything, you know. But I wouldn't say it's because I love it. It's because it's always in my fucking mouth. So like as a child, I think before I memorized any music, I was like, Carnation Instant Breakfast or whatever the fuck, you know. Just like, I still got all that 80s crap in me, you know. So that shit was like memory and I don't know. So I've always been there for that shit. But I wouldn't say that school really did fucking anything. It's kind of silly, you know. But
that makes sense.
I met all the musicians.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's where you got...
I met everyone. So like, I can't...
Big.
Yeah, I can't deny like the experience of it, but the
as far as what you were
aspect.
expecting it to get out of it, that was all useless.
Why I was sent and why I stayed are two different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, Dove. Do you have a worse bathroom situation that you survived in public?
I can't really. I thought of something. I walked off a job once just quit. Because they asked me to clean the bathroom. I was bussing tables at a restaurant, and there was maintenance workers that are you supposed to clean bathrooms when you're bussing tables?
Nope.
No, absolutely not.
That was part of when I was a busser that we had to clean the bathrooms.
Well, someone had sprayed shit on the walls and stuff, and I was like, "Hey," and then I came back out to the whoever, I can't even remember. And I was like, I don't want to clean that. It's disgusting in there. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not going to clean that. That's crazy. He was like, you have to. And I was like, oh, weird. And then I just left and went
Oh, you didn't grandstand or anything. You just...
No, I was just like, I don't care about this job enough. This guy... I was like a kid. It was like, I think it was I can't even remember. It might have been a summer job or...
someone even poop on the walls?
Oh, people's diets, Adrian. People's diets.
And they lean too far or something?
That's what his question was about for me. Like, if that happened to me. But yeah, like, I don't know. If that did happen to me, I blocked it out.
And mine was specifically, I almost got murdered in a bathroom once. But,
I mean,
I'll save that till the end of the episode.
That's not bathroom specific, though. You just
that just sounds like
All right, so we'll go to your favorite now. Dose, what random snack item are you always thirsting for? Like it's a full personality trait.
Oh man, I guess I don't know. You know, I'm not a big snacker, but and weed doesn't count. But I guess once it gets nice out, I'm kind of like a lemonade slut. I got like a problem. I'll just have had some and I'll want more.
Yeah.
You know,
like sugary lemonade?
No, non-sugar, because you know I try to be healthy. But I will say it has a window, like it stops at a certain hour. I don't really want lemonade in the middle of the night. It's a sun thing or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Is no sugar lemonade just lemon water?
It's whatever I can find. It looks like a lemon. No, I just get like healthy Matt's lemonade
like
with no sugar added.
Got it. So it's
just the natural sugar from the lemons.
Yeah, it'll make you the chubster.
No, it probably has like monk fruit.
Well,
something.
you know what it is I drink enough that I need to be conscious of that. It's like I literally drink it like a fat kid on Christmas. Sorry if that's not okay to say.
The lemonade.
Okay,
not a great Christmas drink or gift.
Mom, I got lemons. This was lemons.
Do you have a favorite animal, house pet? No, non-house. I'm sorry, non-house pet. A favorite animal that's not a house pet.
I'll go with a bear.
Oh,
I can't stop. Like it's hard to get. I'm trying to get it out of my mind, but we already talked about bears before. but that was
Yeah.
What else?
If you got the
Bears are
room,
pretty-
if you got the room,
Yo, I
Bears,
saw
get a bear.
there's some new series somewhere on one of those streamers. It's about it's just called Octopus or
Oh
something.
yeah,
like that.
with fucking Tracy Morgan. I watched it. The first episode. It was pretty funny.
Okay, so it's not.
It's
is
all
it
about
good?
octopuses. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Tracy Morgan is on there. He's a proper enthusiast. I don't know that
Because
he could
octopus, they seem fucking crazy.
Dude, they have
They are
nine.
crazy. They're
They have
badass.
9 brains and three hearts.
3 hearts.
9 brains, amongst other things. And then just the factoids alone are amazing. But they are kind of like
aliens.
I guess it's hard to not see them as like a cockroach, but their sophistication and social nature, they're something else, man. They're like they're like S tier critter. You know?
They probably look down upon us if we're being honest.
Definitely.
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like they're like, oh, these guys, this is a bad species here.
Yeah.
Looking at us like
They just shake their head all day.
Here's some trivia while we're on the moment. This is for people to know because I draw a lot of octopus. But do you know how many tentacles an octopus have?
Is it 8? I thought it was 8.
I was gonna say 8 too, but maybe tentacles means a different thing here in this.
Yeah,
That's
they
why
have they have 0 tentacles.
Whatever.
Do you know how many arms an octopus has?
Are they all penises?
They're arms. Octopus have 6 arms and 2 legs.
Whoa.
Yeah. Scientists have recently felt like the back 2 legs
they've
that move
seen them
them
stand up on 2, kind of, right?
They move around through those, and they were considering those are their back 2 legs.
Even more fucked up and weird.
That's so crazy.
They're crazy and.
But yeah, tentacles. What are those things called?
Did they just before they evolved? Were they just some kind of napkin in the water? Like
they didn't evolve.
They didn't evolve. They just came out of the.
That's how they
out
are.
of the spaceship.
The doo doo. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Doo doo doo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go, folks. We've been served. Check, please.
This is done, man. Means I'm down to the shot.
You guys, man, fucking thank you so much. Sorry we ran a little bit longer.
It's all good. Thank you.
Where do you go? Where do you go from here? Are the projects for either one of you? Where do you go from here?
Well, man, we got a secret thing that's not done yet that has both of us and someone else involved. I'll say that. But then, and then both of us are different but similar, kind of busy. We have a ton of shit.
Yeah, after that one goes all the way through, because that one's not moving like this one did. This one, Ball Portrait, you wrote in 6 weeks, like you said, whatever.
And it just happened. It
and then
just
I mixed it. Broder came in, killed it. We did all of it fast. It took double the amount of time, if not longer, to get it to come out because Backwood's schedule was so full of dope shit. With this project, the one that Dose is alluding to, it's already like it'll take way longer. So I feel like when that goes all the way through, then we'll probably revisit something, do another thing either together or maybe even a different person or something like that. You never know.
What's the best way that you like people to know what you're up to?
Doseone.xyz is it's always updated with, it's up to date. That's the best I can say about it. And it's aesthetically pleasing. And then you can find me in the fucking hellhole that is Twitter. The eclipse of humanity that is witnessing Twitter just to market my art. But they're all just as bad, to be honest. It's like
they are.
I'm not really a fan of any of that stuff. So you can find me there. Come at me, bro.
But you come at me, bro.
Come the fuck at me.
You will utilize it to let people who don't have any other way to know what's coming up. You will utilize it to let them know what's happening.
I use it like a billboard, and I check it like a post box, and every once in a while, if you can feel compelled to like make a version, something to supplement art that goes with the internet. But for me, like that shit's usually just watching people show their ass. It's anyway.
Yeah, Twitter got bad.
What about you, Dub? Do you have places that you prefer people to see what you're up to?
No, either one is fine. Like Instagram or Twitter or whatever. I still just post there. Yeah, and the Fused Arrow Records site, everything will go there as well.
Well, you guys. I genuinely appreciate you guys for the shit that you make.
Yeah, this was
Now,
fun,
shit
man.
maybe was the wrong word, but the art that you make and your willingness to participate with us on the show is fucking always. It's genuinely appreciated. So thank you.
I love you guys. Thank you, Ty
Thank
and
you, man.
Adrian.
Yeah.
You guys are
Thank
amazing.
you both. Yeah.
Have a great night.
Yeah, you guys have a good night. I'm fucking looking forward to what separately and together, everything you put out, I'm fucking partaking.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Same, brother. I'll
Thank
see
you
you
so
guys
much.
on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Or you might get a random text.
Bye, guys.
Have a good night.
All right.
Bye.
Peace.
Shattered where it matters. Past too broken to say it. Blasted glass passion mixed apology mosaic. But basic, no inspiration and masons called into carefully curated. No perfect people.
Okay, thanks. Was that okay? It's fine, right?
Yeah, what?
It's just time goes by so quickly. I don't. Yeah. Well, there you go. Thank you guys so much. It was awesome. What you gonna?
Nothing.
Remember, humans, before you log off, don't forget our episode's not completely over until you've heard Blacklick's last words. He has some shit to teach you, so stick around to hear him. I think I ran out of Blacklick words. I messaged him, so I'm still saying it here in case he sent me some in time. But I messaged him and said we need some more.
So stick around until you do or don't hear.
Stick around to see if Blacklick has some final words. That's what it's gonna be for a little while. Thank you so much to those guys. That was awesome. Here's the drawing. That lyric, I'm gonna play it again.
Fuck is going on? Scared vegetarians riding the Jaguar guard wrong. And I'm supposed to explain myself, translate my pain into another's language of help.
That it's just so great. Dose's delivery's great. The two of those guys together, I don't know. This album is so fantastic.
Sometimes they take things literally.
Oh yeah, you were like, did the
Wait, but I'm pretty sure it was a cougar, a jaguar. That was right. Jaguars do normally for hundreds, millions, thousands of years, whatever, however long, will come up into the southwest of the United States as part of their migration, and now there's a border wall there, so it kind of limits them and also limits the ecosystem around, because it's checks, just like what's government's supposed to be, checks and balances. And
I remember you bringing that up a while ago.
But when he was like hippies taking ayahuasca, riding
Vegetarians,
on
right?
Oh yeah,
Vegetarian. Yeah, I'll play you the line right here.
Riding on.
Fuck is going on? Scared vegetarians riding the Jaguar guard wrong.
Again.
On it.
On a Jaguar god drawn.
I thought maybe he actually was seeing vegetarians actually trying to ride them.
I also found it very interesting, or really cool. That's where Still Tip Dove's name came from the Sims song. I'll play you that right here.
A hook in my gut, leaking marrow in the dust. Looking for my Still Tip Dove. That's how the real new.
That's what that's in reference to. You can go. Sims has been on our show. You can go back and see him chatting it up with us. So yeah, just cool, just good stuff. Just all good stuff, you guys. Just good stuff. I really deep dive. Still tip dove. I still tip dove into Dove's music, and stuff that he's been involved in, and yeah, it's a cool sound. Good stuff. Yeah. Adrian, do you have any worst bathroom situations that you've ever survived in public?
I don't really recall, but I imagine since I am a woman.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we have extra bathroom issues.
Yeah, you certainly do.
As far as just people in general having bathroom issues.
Yeah,
we get extra.
Yeah, and I that question, I guess, wasn't necessarily about.
The time I was aggressed upon in a bathroom, that wasn't a great one.
Yeah, see, I think that's maybe because mine.
I don't know what the right words there are, but
harassed. sexually harassed.
Yeah.
It was a sexually charged.
It wasn't just like harassment, though. It was very physical.
Yeah, but not the
Very
full
aggressive. But no, I wasn't raped.
Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's why you're trying to figure out what the right wording is for that. Yeah, yeah. I think I've told the story on the show. I was nearly murdered by a gang in a bathroom. Just barely got out of that one alive. The other time we were at the Polynesian resort. I think I've told the story on the show, but we were at the Polynesian resort in Florida at Disney, and we were getting ready to go into dinner, and I just got hit with something in my belly and ran into a bathroom.
You're wrong.
And I was in the bathroom, using the bathroom, and then I heard people talking, and it turns out I went into the women's bathroom.
Yeah, I've gone into the men's bathroom multiple times on accident. Went, whoops, sorry.
Yeah, but the men don't care. But I think
They do when they're standing at the urinal. They're not like very like, hey, welcome in.
But I feel like it's scary when a man's all of a sudden in a women's bathroom. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well,
I just waited till they left, but it was weird. Anyway.
Sometimes the women's bathroom is the safest place to be for certain men.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, anyway. All right. Let's wrap up the show. I'm going to wrap it up with, I thank them enough, right? Because I'm very thankful to them. Yeah. I'm so, especially in the intro. Those have done so much for us. So, all right. My movie share today is a movie called Freaky Tales.
The underdog believes he can do the impossible. Defeat the bully, sell enough mixtapes to get out of the hood. But I can say with certainty, this underdog has seen his last day.
Yo, wait, hold up.
It's a 2024 movie set in 1987 Oakland, and it's 4 interconnected stories. In the first story, it's these teen punks versus the skinheads. The second story is a rap duo chasing legacy. The third story is a henchman with a conscience, and the fourth story is an NBA all-star seeking revenge. And the way those all play out in the movie is kind of interesting. It's fun. Too Short narrates the movie. So if the word Freaky Tales sounds familiar to you, if you haven't heard of this movie, yes, it's Freaky Tales from Too Short song. So Too Short was an executive producer on the movie. He also narrates it. He also has a small cameo in the movie. The title of the movie, like I said, was inspired by Too Short's 1987 track Freaky Tales. I was a huge Too Short fan when I was growing up. I used to rap Freaky Tales and Shorty the Pimp like it was scripture. And what's funny, when we watch the movie, there's a scene where they're doing the raps from that, and it just clicked with Adrian all of a sudden. Like,
What do you mean it just clicked?
Like you wouldn't even realize that was, and all of a sudden it happened. And you were
didn't.
Like, whoa, fucking.
Well, that's not. I'm not going to spoil the movie, but I didn't realize where they were going with the story, and then I was like,
yeah.
Oh, we hid that tape from my mom.
It's a pretty good movie. It stars Pedro Pascal, someone named Normani, Jay Ellis, Ben Mendelsohn. They're all in the cast. Normani makes her acting debut as the rapper named Entice. Jay Ellis plays the character Sleepy Ford, and for you NBA fans out there, yes, it's a Sleepy Ford, the NBA legend who dropped 29 points in the first quarter in the 1987 playoffs. In fact, the movie takes place kind of around that. It's really interesting. That record, by the way, that 29 points in the first quarter, that's a record that still stands to this day. I believe Sleepy Ford has a little cameo role in the movie. Anyway, the guy that plays Sleepy Ford, Jay Ellis, he trained really hard for the role. In fact, he got acting advice from Tom Cruise. It was filmed in legit, real Oakland locations like Ground Lake Theater, 924 Gilman. Also, there's cameos from Marshawn Lynch, Tim Armstrong, and maybe even Tom Hanks. I don't know. Maybe I'm just throwing that name out there. It feels like a gritty graphic novel with a boom-bap soul. It's got a heavy dose of Oakland culture, politics, and music. It's a mix of fact and fiction with a little bit of supernatural flavor. It's sort of similar to Tarantino's retelling of the Hitler story with... what's that movie?
I thought it was more like his version.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where that's because of the time, the similarities. But what I'm getting at is it almost seems like a historical movie, but it's not what really happened.
Right.
It's kind of like an alternate universe version of it. If you're a fan of Too Short, this movie hits different. I think the dialogue is a little weird. It's slightly off. The acting's a little bit off, but it's a fun movie. I don't know. I think you might like it. Check it out. Let me know what you think. What do you think? What were you going to say?
I just need to finish it.
Yeah, you
I
fell.
was
Adrian
asleep
fell.
for like the last 10 minutes, and it was really interesting. I was just so tired.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think maybe check it out, especially if you're a fan of Too Short. But even outside of that, it's a pretty fun movie. If you don't like skinheads or Nazis, it's a fun one to watch because, just check it out. Adrian, do you have a song share?
I do. It's Sauce by Manwolves.
But you also get lost in the sauce.
Taking off, lifting off like I'm shooting straight from Mars. Sorry, Ma, I've been gone. Haven't been home in like months. Now I'm off, sipping dope like I'm a fiend. I've been drunk, but go please don't fix me. Wanna own me, control me, but it cannot hold me. I've been inside my mind, been wasting time.
Do I know that song?
No, but we saw Manwolves on my birthday, and I don't know that you cared for them much.
Why? I know I like them. No, Manwolf. Yeah, we saw Manwolves at Kilby Court in Salt Lake City, Utah for your birthday. Yeah, no, that was a good show. Yeah, they were good. He was a fun rapper guy. He had that.
I don't know if it's very popular.
I mean, he rapped, but yeah.
I don't know what these genres are.
That's a good. But I don't know if I know that song, but we're hearing it.
I'm
good.
sure you don't.
Yeah, awesome. My song share is a song called Bad Sign.
Confuse us with no other man. My town booed me. I still got the bag like Bob Covington. Heat seeker from a D-leaguer. I was sitting on the bleachers when Billy Woods was rocking with the Reavers. Yo, I pulled women with my father's features and drank heavenly. Bench press 210 and weigh $170. Steadily born under bad signs. I call phone sex lines from
by Prem Rock, Fresh Kills, and Zilla Rocca. It's on the album. I think the album Poet's Payday. I think that's the album. It's a good track. Dusty Nor Hop kind of vibes. Prem and Zilla are in peak form, and it's like bar heavy but smooth, and Kills laces it with a moody cinematic beat. It's cool. Good track. I like it. And it felt like it was apropos for this episode.
Okay.
Being that Dose just recently did the work with Prem, and cool track. I dig it. You can hear that song and Adrian's song share alongside heaps of other amazing music at our DOD45 song share playlist on Spotify, and that's called DOD45 Loves LUVS. Subscribe to that playlist. It's got an eclectic list of music, not smug, just a lot of music, a lot of cool music. If you like the music there, please consider supporting the artists who make the music. If you like any of their songs in that playlist. But do follow the playlist. Subscribe to it. We're adding new songs to it every week. And I think it's a fucking cool playlist that you can listen to all day long. Thanks again for watching the show. Thanks to Doseone. Thanks to Steel Tup Dub. Be sure to check out their album, All Portraits, No Chorus. Really fantastic album. What's next for us? I don't know. This weekend, I don't know what we're up to. Next weekend, we'll be in Columbus. I think we're recording with 1200 Hobos member John Doe next week. I'm also working on loads of other people to have as guests on the show. So I'll ask you again, who do you have connections with out there, people? Who do you want to see on the DOD45 show? Also, who do you want to see perform at an Old Blue live performance? Reach out to us. Let us know. Hit us up in the DMs or on DOD45.com. If you have any questions, I'm going to start reading questions because I found a bunch. DM us any questions you want us to ask. I'll start shouting out the names of the people too. But do that. Subscribe, rate, review, all that shit. It matters. It helps us spread the word for this indie hip-hop, independent music, and the trafficking of art. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for supporting my art. Adrian, do you have any final words?
Yes. I loved what Dose said about social media. Use it like a billboard. Check it like a post office.
Check it like my post box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Post
That
box.
was like
I thought that was so good. I was like, I think we're all going there. So the billboard isn't working anymore because I feel like we're all doing that now.
Yeah.
And that there's posts, maybe people are getting seen, but I feel like
Yeah.
It's less.
But if it is used like a billboard still works. You still see on a billboard.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think less people are going onto social media.
I think less people are on the freeway.
Yeah. There's less people on the freeway.
Looking on the freeway.
But it gets in there subconsciously, maybe. He had that one
if
lined
they're
up, man.
scrolling.
That was like in the barrel.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's what
But
those quick-witted rappers can do.
He's a freestyler.
Yeah. He's a freestyler that opinions are differed. You know what our opinion would be, but kilt Eminem in rap
Kilt?
battles.
Oh.
Kilt. We wore a kilt. That's us done. My sincerest apologies to Aesop Rock. We ran out of time, but thank you all for spending your evening with us. Tell your friends and family about the DOD45 show and have yourself a terrific week. Now marinate on these final words from Blacklick if we have them. If not, DOD45. Peace.
Yeah, I got some last words.
Any last words? I have a couple.
Envy is a projection of insecurity. You know, people are always going to want what you have, even if you ain't got it. They'll convince themselves. They'll be like, yeah, I know that this person has this thing, and I can get this thing from them, but I can only get it from them because it's right there. I can see it, and I can do that. I'm better than them. You know, all this internalized strife, I guess, or this conversation that happens for people, it's just a representation of a thing where they feel that they're lacking. Sometimes people want you to give what they envy you for to them. Other times, they'll scheme on you to try to finesse and finagle you out of that shit. Just like this train right now in the background is competing with me to talk to y'all. See, the whole thing is that projected behavior is always going to be something that comes from someone. We're not going to get that from the universe, and the best gifts you get in life come from the universe. Talent is divine, but you have to work on it and work through it and work with it to develop it. That's when you turn talent into a skill. And when you put talent and skill together, motherfuckers will envy you quick, because they don't want to put in the work. It's like credit. It takes time to turn debt into opportunity.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
DOD45.
Thank you for joining in on yet another episode of the DOD45 Show. Please hit the subscribe or follow button so that you never miss an episode. You can even go one step further by leaving us a review on the YouTube stream or on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever it is that you stream our show from. You can find me at Art by Ty on all the socials or at artbyty.com. And if you'd like to follow the DOD45 Show on social media, we're at DOD45W on Instagram, or you can go over to our website at DOD45.com where you can shoot us an email, join our mailing list, and watch all of our past episodes. Consider joining us for a live chat on the YouTube premieres of episodes now every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Peace.